Hi, it's Monica, and I wanted to talk to you today about another personal subject of mine, which is the subject of garter belts. So the reason that it's a personal subject of mine is that it actually plays a big part in what got me started dressing. So I was about 4 years old, and I know I wasn't in kindergarten yet. And, I was a snoopy little kid. I got into everything. They're always telling me, don't do that, don't go here, don't go there. And I was just always so intrigued by, the things that I wasn't supposed to get into. And so I was one of those kids that when I was at your house, I went snooping in your drawers. Nothing malicious, not intending to steal anything or anything like that. But, I was one of those snoopy little kids. Well, one of the things that just highly fascinated me, that I remember being highly fascinated with at the time, was my grandmother's lingerie drawer. And so when I was 4, I got into that lingerie drawer and I found a red satin with black lace edging garter belt. And it was just the most intriguing thing to me on the planet. There were stockings in there, of course, bras, panties, things like that, slips, but for some reason that garter belt just spoke to me. And so at some point, I don't remember, how many times I went in there or how often or if I thought about it or anything like that. But basically there was a time at some point before I started kindergarten where I took that garter belt and I took 2 of the stockings, and I don't know if I saw it on TV or I saw it in a catalog or I saw somebody putting them on or something, but somehow I knew what to do with them. And I took them into the bathroom and I put them on. I put on that big old garter belt that I must have been swimming in and those big old stockings that I must have been just ridiculously swimming in. And that was actually the first article of clothing, of women's clothing, that I can remember actually wearing. And so I've always had this wonderful fascination with the garter belts. I think they're just the sexiest thing. I grew up in the 80s and kind of that Madonna era where a lot of the performers were, wearing garter belts. You would be out and about, sometimes at night, and you'd see, the older girls at the mall, and you could tell, like, they had a skirt with a garter belt they were showing. Just thought it was the sexiest thing in the world. And so, I basically, as soon as I started buying my own bras and panties, Victoria's Secret, I started buying the garter belts. And so I have a ton of garter belts, I have a ton of stockings. For me, it all depends on the outfit. Some outfits look great with them, some just like, no, you want the bare leg, or you want, the lace top. I have a lot of the lace top, stay-up stockings that don't need the garter belt. But anyways, it all goes back to my love of that garter belt and that first one that I wore. And I just, to this day, there's just something about them that I think they're just so cute, so sexy, so girly. I had a girlfriend in high school that I told, about. She was actually the first girl that I dated that I told about Monica. Actually hadn't even named, Monica yet when I first told her. And I picked her up, one night to go to the movies, and she told me she had a surprise for me. And we were driving in the car, and basically she, lifted up her little dress and she showed me. She had a purple garter belt with purple stockings, and I just about died. I swear I almost crashed the car, because it was the first time that I'd been with a girl that I had, mentioned that to, who actually, went out and got a garter belt and stockings to wear it for me. And just was the cutest, sexiest thing. I should make a video at some point where I, talk about, our night and kind of the fun that we had. It just was just one of those things that just really like happened, that solidified to me, okay, the sexiness of garter belts and things like that. So I was wearing this outfit today, which is my 1984 outfit, and I thought, you know what, let me kind of talk a little bit more about garter belts and like what they mean to me and kind of the significance to me, so that you guys will know when you see me, wearing them, and why I wear them so often. And another thing that kind of really, made me think about making this video today, if you see the stockings that I'm wearing, you'll see garter stockings where they're kind of a more cottony material, just kind of one single solid pattern. You'll see cottons that kind of have 2 tones. But these are like the actual old style, 1940s, 1950s style, sheer nylon. And they have the dual band, kind of that, gradient band there, and then they have the thicker band for where you're supposed to actually clip the garter, the clip onto there so that it's a little bit thicker. And these were the exact style of stockings that I wore that very first time. So, I have certain outfits that I wear this style of stocking with, and I get so nostalgic back from my days growing up, all the sneaking around that I had to do, wearing other people's things, my mom, my grandma, my aunt, sneaking into the bathroom, taking, a long shower or a long bath, always hiding things, and it's just the love that I have of the fact that I just don't have to do that anymore. Again, there's not a lot of people in my life that know about Monica, but my wife does, and certain people in my life do, and so many of you out there online, you obviously know about Monica and about me, and it's one of those things where it's just so lovely just to go into a closet, have all my clothes hanging there, put on what I want to, come out, take some pictures, make some videos, and not have to worry about hiding or anything like I did, back in those days. But anyways, just wanted to make a quick video to talk to you a little bit about, garter belts and, why you see me wearing them, kind of often, and what the significance of them is to me. Give you a little bit more background, and I'm hoping with each one of these videos y'all get to know me a little bit better, and maybe can help guide you in your journey as well. That you may be in an early stage in your journey as I was, when I was young all those years ago when I put on my first garter belt.